talking last night about the Zilberman clique. Really,
not last week.
Last week, but really, I was being mityaches to this article that our producer Shomer brought me from. Where is it from?
Makor Rishon.
Makor Rishon. Don't ask me where he found it. He brought it to me. Now
From Dr. Gross.
Okay, he found it by Dr. Gross. Very good. Now, I'm not talking against any person. I'm not talking even against a group. I'm discussing a sugya. And I said last week, not too many people are going to understand me. I'm talking to Yechidim, I'm not talking to Rabbim, because Rabbim won't understand.
Yeah.
Because the Rabbim are just interested, what should we do? What should we do? And the Rabbim are only interested in wouldn't it be nice if our child would, instead of knowing this much, he'll know this much. That's how the Rabbim looks at it. Now, I'm not talking to the Rabbim, I'm talking to the Yechidim that will understand what I'm saying.
Well, the producer got some pretty strong tekuvot on last week's 3 lessons.
Yeah. So because the little bit of tekuvot that he told me, the producer, I don't have any of these kalim. I don't have iPhone, I don't have a computer, I don't have anything. I have, every week I say a shir and I write it by hand. And I enjoy writing it. And everything I write by hand, and the Doris Haboim will just have to figure out what I wrote, and that's it. And I don't belong to this group, and I don't know about anything about all this. Now, I heard from our producer, Yeshua Meir, that somebody said, so what if he says, or somebody said, why is he knocking the Zilbermans? That's not what, so I said, so that's why I said not too many people are going to understand. I'm discussing a sugya. The name of the sugya is Ben Chomesh LaMikra, Ben Eser LaMishnah, Ben Chomesh LaGemara. That's the name of the sugya I'm discussing.
What about the sugya of davening like they did in the time of the Gemara, like we mentioned last week?
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
It's a sugya, right, but I can't go into everything. Okay. But we'll touch on that if there'll be enough time and if the equipment will work. Now, what I'm saying is like this. When they said the Rambam only brings the Ben Chomesh LaMikra, he says Ben Sheish, the Kesef Mishnah talks about it. The Ben Eser LaMishnah and the Ben Chomesh LaGemara, the Rambam doesn't bring. It's not mentioned in the Rambam. So I'm saying, this is what I said last time, and I'm explaining it again for maybe a few more people will understand, not too many. Yeah, it sounds like gaiva, I don't care, but I'm saying like this.
Well, there's no more gaiva than you'll see in this thing there. They're halacha people. We're Torah-ni people.
Right.
That certainly don't reach that level.
Okay, so Yeshua Meir is quoting from the article. That in this
twice
article it says, they said, we are Torah people. Now where is this quote?
I think the front page.
More in the beginning.
The Chazon Ish.
We don't live Chaye Halacha. We live Chaye Torah. We do be medactic in Halacha, but mainly we're looking at what's the Ratzon Hashem. Which is very good. That sounds very good. Yeah. We're looking to do Ratzon Hashem.
Not like those Chazon Ishikers and the briskers.
It says further, where is that also? Oh, yeah, right. A line before that. He says, they are not Chazon Ish people and they're not brisker people. And they don't live Chaye Halacha, they live Chaye Torah. Now, I'm sure I'm Messiah. I say Messiah in English, I estimate, or I think, or I would say they probably have charota, they said such a thing. If they would only know who this line is going to read, so they would never have said it, I'm sure.
At the end also, about Kima.
And then they also said, what they say, we are Torah people, and we know that the Gula is going to come kima, slowly. This is a Torah concept. This is not Zionism. So because of that, we believe that we are now in the beginning of the Gula.
It's called the Gula.
Now, that is not so simple at all. That we're now in the beginning of the Gula. Now, Rav Yisrael Weintraub says that we're in the Golus of the Erev Rav among Jews, and he wrote a whole sefer on it based on the Gra.
Saras, what's
It's called At Kufa B'Saras Eliyo, and I read this sefer 30 years ago, and I have it from there. And I was very impressed from it. I think it's very deep and very brilliant how he based the whole sheet on the Gra and the Ramban, I think, that we're now in the certain Golus, which is the Golus under Jews in Eretz Yisrael. That's the kind of Golus we're in.
That's what the Gra says.
Based on the Gra, yeah. The Golus of the Erev Rav, he calls it Schok HaKsil, he calls it. The laughter of the fool, which is the Erev Rav, the Zionists, the government, the leaders of this government. This is not the beginning of the Gula. This is the end of the Golus, which is a certain type of Golus, which, and I think he was a great man, and I trust him. Now, let's get back to what we started. This sheet of Ben Chomesh Lamikra Ben Eser Lamishna, the whole Mishnah over there is talking about the development of a person. The Mishnah is psychology al pi Torah, al pi Chazal. It means a person develops in a certain pattern. The pattern that he develops is in the beginning of his life, every 5 years, there's a development. Chomesh Lamikra, Eser Lamishna, Chomesh is the Gemara. Esrim Lirdov to look for Parnasa. And then every 10 years there's a new development. That means like this, there's a seichel, and I said this already last time, to those yechidim that will understand. The Ben Chomesh Lamikra is a certain one development, the Eser Lamishna. There's a certain development of the seichel that's called Mishnah. There's a development of the seichel that's called Gemara. Now, this is not Hilchos Talmud Torah. This is Hilchos Odom, how a person grows. That means
Torah psychology, if you please.
Yeah, Torah psychology, right. That means how the Torah learns up this creation that's called Odom. How does this Odom grow? Al pi Chazal, al pi Torah. He grows in a slav. There's Mikra, Mishnah, Gemara. Mikra is I can't go into it now. I don't know if we have enough time, but I think we can explain every level. That means even if the Ben Eser LaMishnah will learn what's called Gemara, he's going to learn it with a seichel that's called Mishnah. That's the pshat. He's going to learn the Gemara in an ofen of Mishnah. When he gets to Ben Chamesh Yisrael Gemara, he'll learn the Gemara in a tzura that's called Gemara, and that's like a big time on the yeshiva ketanas. I'm saying, and in our system, I have a lot to criticize our system. There's as much as they do, but that's not our subject tonight. But what did they do? They said, no, let's just read it the way it says. And let's go. Now, you can criticize our system by saying we don't do chazorah enough, and that's a big problem, and that should be corrected, and that they're right. My question is like this.
Well, your boy that you taught, I think you mentioned last week, he just said, weiter, let's go weiter. The roots.
So I'm saying.
He wasn't in Chazorah. The boy you were teaching?
Well, that was for a different reason. Yeah, right, okay, but...
Nobody likes Chazorah.
No, the truth is, it's
23.
Okay.
2.
Now, So, also it's like this now. Okay, but so what did they do? No. Let's just learn a lot, be garish a lot until older age, until Ben Chamesh, and then we'll start Gemara maybe a little earlier. And the minimum will just teach a child to just say and say and say. Now, to develop
With no vacations.
With no vacations, to develop the brain, to develop the person. Developing the brain is developing the personality. That sounds like Geisha psychology. We have the Torah, we know Ratzon Hashem. You hear that? It all goes into that line. We are Torah people, we're doing what Hashem wants. We're not. Hashem didn't say to think. Hashem didn't say to understand. Hashem just said, Ben Chamesh la Mikra, Ben Eser la Mishta, Ben Chamesh la Gemara, and that's what we're going to do. Now, the Chachmei Adoros understood not like that. And here, I have here a letter from Rab Chaim Greineman, which I managed to see that everything that I was thinking, I was mechavan to das gedolim. So a new sefer just came out with letters from Rab Chaim Greineman, and he says like this: it's mekubal that you start learning Gemara in a young age and make that the Iker Halimud. You make that. And he says, whether we know why or whether we don't know why, we have to accept this as a halacha psuka from all the Chachmei Hadoros shekodmu, v'cholila lana l'shanos to change him that. Now,
But what was he referring to in this letter?
Of
who is it
course,
to?
when they printed these letters, obviously they wrote in the introduction, we're not going to say who it's to and who it's about and who it's about. I mean,
But we know who this was to.
I imagine that it's to these people or to somebody that wanted to send to this group. Now, and look what he says after that. That we understand why it's like that. Because Limud Mishnayos makes you a tzana mole safri, a basket full of books, like the Gemara in Megillah Chavches says. There was somebody here, the Gemara
I thought
says.
the Gemara says Chomer no say Sforim, but Chamor no say.
Let's look it up.
We don't
Gemara
have
in
much time.
Megillah, the Gemara is, that's the same Gemara, right. The Gemara there in Chavches Amud Beis says that somebody was nifter, and here it is. Reish Lakish. Oh, the Gemara says there was somebody that he knew Hilchas, Sifra, Sifri, V'Tosefta, and he died. So Rav Nachman, they said to Rav Nachman, say a hesped on him. He knew Kol Torah Kula. So Rav Nachman said, how can I say hesped on him? What am I going to say? He's a basket full of svarim. No, Chamor Nas Yisrael is not.
It's a different Gemara.
I don't think it's not a Gemara. It's a saying that people use, but it's not a Gemara. He says, what am I going to say? That he's a basket full of svarim that died. So it says Reb Chaim Greineman says that we now start learning Gemara at a young age because we weren't, because if we learn a lot of Mishnahs, we're going to make them into baskets full of Sfarim. But when we learn Gemara, we're going to create Druftiki Doraisa. That's a Gemara in Sanhedrin. People that are working hard on Torah, Omal Torah, Amele Torah. Me'ain Talmid Chomim Amelim, but it's a me'ain. That means when a child learns Gemara, he's not a Omal but Torah, but this is already the beginning of Omal Torah. You have to understand Akasha, Torah. That's already a connection, a shaykhis to Omal Torah, and that's how he says that the Chachmei Adoros understood, and we have to accept that as a halacha psuka. Now,